5.
Our microphones are not muted.
That's weird.
Well,
That's
stop
right.
saying things.
Hey guys.
Well, there used to be cool music, but I got a copyright strike for copyright-free
you
music.
don't hear us
So
talking. Hello.
just imagine there's a cool metal song like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5.
Oh, damn it, man. I forgot about that.
You forgot about it again? I love that intro. That's the best intro ever. That's the best intro in the history of
live
live
stream. Take out everything and just do the music and put it on loop or something.
You know,
30 seconds.
There's only like 2 seconds of music before I start the countdown. So unless I just loop the countdown too, which I could do, that would definitely add
Would you like
to
me
the
to
campiness
do that and send it to you?
But even 2 seconds worth of it's not that.
That's what I tell my wife, Rich.
It's not that it was a legitimate copyright claim. You know what I'm
This is
saying?
a family channel. Am I on the right one?
Yeah. Hi, Ed. So
Yeah.
everybody, welcome to Grognards Assemble. Happy Friday night. I'd like to
It's a
introduce
dysfunctional family, though.
Ed. Yeah, I mean, most are. Ed's a really cool dude. He's got a channel called NPCs for Hire. You should go check it out. And tonight we are talking about player engagement and how to increase the player engagement we have in our games online and offline and at conventions and all sorts of stuff. So that's the topic, and that's my introduction.
Fantastic.
Yeah. You know what? Since I get yelled at every time I tell James to start, Roger, go for it.
Oh, Jesus. Mine's horrible. This
Yeah.
all right. No, so all right, we're getting right into it then, right? So
Well, I mean,
look,
we could start with
this
the
is-
fluffy
this
stuff.
is-
You want to
no,
roll
no,
back? Did you guys do
no,
anything fun this
no.
week?
I want to
Okay,
get right
moving
into
on.
yelling at people. I want to
Hell
get
yeah.
right into yelling at people. Listen,
Rock and roll. High note and a
Listen,
consequence.
and this is
I
going to
checked out
sound
that one.
mean. It's going to sound mean, okay, but it's true. Let's get this one out of the way first. I think if you want your players to be engaged as a GM, you have to actually be engaging. All right?
Oh yeah.
Like that's I think right off I know it sounds obvious, but I've been in a bunch of games where the GM like doesn't know what they're doing and doesn't know, or is just reading from the book and isn't prepared and is just like, not being engaging with the players, asking, each person, oh, what do they want to do? Or you could do this, and all this, and they're just reading from the thing. You enter the room and it's dark and and they're just not. And I see that a lot, and I think that's a big problem, and that like right there can turn players off.
I think that's
and not be engaging. So
I think that's a really good good introduction. It starts with the GM or the referee. Because if you're running a boring game, even some of the best players, they can try to spice it up, but there's only so much you can do when it's a percentage increase and the base amount is really low.
yeah. Yeah.
So, no, I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I
So
mean, that's
step one,
yeah.
it's your fault. Try better.
It's your fault.
From
Do
Roger.
better, yeah.
Do better.
So
Do better. You know who I'm talking to.
yeah, probably me.
Hey, he was pointing at me. What did I do? I just got here.
Yeah. So
We'll blame
maybe
the new
it's-
guy. Yeah.
Maybe it's
That's
James.
James. That's James. Yeah.
So, all right. That's a pretty good one. So, Rich, by the way, welcome back, everyone. Rich was not here
Thank
last
you.
week.
Good to be
but,
back.
We missed you. It was,
I missed being around. As
yeah, we had me, James, and
almost 3
Roger
weeks.
had a threesome last week without you. Wait a minute,
Yeah.
that came out wrong.
No, it was. That's pretty much what happened. I think.
I don't know what he's
That's
talking about.
a pretty good
Yeah.
description.
Yeah. So, all right, Rich. What else? What about you? What's one of your tips or tricks or thoughts on?
I
Player
think
engagement.
that player engagement happens before your session even begins. I've found that reaching out to the players and getting them thinking about that first session well ahead of time, at least a week ahead of time. Think about your characters, how your characters are going to interact with one another, what you're looking to do once you hit the ground running, lay out some of those those other things. We're not going to talk about rules. Once we start, playing, that will be after, after the session and everything. Just kind of, get them in the right mindset before you begin. And that way you hit the ground running.
Okay, that's a good one. Now, is that something you try to do with online games and in-person games, or like more one or the other?
All of my in-person games are convention,
Okay.
so you don't really have that. But it's a totally different dynamic at a convention than it is online. Convention, people are paying to be there. They know they're sitting down for a limited time, and I've never had a problem with somebody not being engaged. Actually, I'll correct that a little bit. Maybe that'll be one of my nightmare stories. But 99% of the time, they're sitting at the table ready to play.
Okay, true. But and I know you run a good number of online games on your Discord. Like, do you ever have players that just don't put in the effort when you're giving them a heads up and trying to get them like hyped up before a game starts? Or...
Yeah, I mean, there's been.
Do you have any Jeffs?
On rare occasions, I've had players who were not necessarily not engaged, but just only engaged in what they wanted to do. Which is a different level of engagement.
That's fair. All right. Well, James, what do you got?
I think one of the most important aspects is, you have two different things. You have around a table and then you have online. Around the table, in my experience, is usually just been all local friends.
Mm-hmm.
So you really don't have the engagement normally comes naturally with them.
Yeah.
But now for online games, I'm very specific. I don't just let anybody in blindly. I always sit down. I like to sit down with a player and talk with them and get a feel for them, because I think an online game, it's all about having the right type of group of players. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If you just let people in your games online blindly, you're going to get deadbeats and people that just don't vibe.
That's why I've never been invited into one of your games.
Well,
I've never been invited to one either.
I've heard rumors about
me.
Don't start with me. You ain't getting me riled up this week.
You sure?
Okay.
I think it's
challenge accepted.
I was going to say, you may want to move that one out in the universe there, buddy.
But in short, I think here
I can get riled up. I heard James loves the new Greyhawk logo.
Watch my last video.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say on that. No, though, in short, though, around a table with me, it's always been local friends. So I've never, not once, had a. Well, once I did, but usually around the table, it just comes naturally because we're all real life friends, and then I'm just real careful about the player base that I bring into an online game. I want to make sure that I think they'll fit in with the others, you know. So you just have to be careful about who you bring in and try to have the right type of group, and that goes a long way for engagement.
Are you saying gatekeeping is important?
In a way,
yes.
Yeah.
The answer is yes for your table. Yes.
So,
no, I mean it's true for your table. It is. You don't want to invite someone that's just a total schlub that everybody hates to your table. And
you don't know until you sit down. That's why I always.
Sometimes you know ahead of time. Sometimes there's warning signs. If you know someone's a jackass.
There could be. But like I say, for all my online games, before anybody joins my group, I always do the campaign blogs that you've seen. Mm-hmm. And I have one specific page that I require any new player. You got to read that before me and you ever even talk, because I want to know
pages like Joe the lawyer's backstory.
No, takes about 2 or 3 minutes to read it. Okay. But it's what
that disqualifies most Zoomers. You realize that, right?
Yep. But I want them to know what I'm looking for, and if they're good with that, then let's get in Discord and talk. So it's been working. It's worked in the past for the most part.
So before we hop on over to Ed, Buster had a good comment. Around the table is much easier to keep people engaged. Online, I can't even stop scrolling when I did that a few times. And I played in a paid game, just can't stay focused. That's true. When you're playing on your computer, there are way more distractions, like immediately, like, you know, a wrist movement away of your mouse. And it's just, yeah, it's very difficult. Phone.
Well,
Yeah,
I'll add to that is I think the biggest problem with online players when you're playing on a computer is they're sitting in the background playing World of Warcraft while they're playing your game.
Yeah.
Funny story. Last week,
I was waiting on that.
last week, I'm in a Hyperborea game on Fridays prior to this. And one of the players I noticed on Discord, older dude, he had, I think it was Hearthstone. No, it was Baldur's Gate 2. He was playing Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Edition. And like we kept asking him to move his token and stuff on Roll20, and he wasn't listening or wasn't paying attention. And he was like, eventually he was like, I'm getting to it. And I was like, well, Andy, if you'd close fucking Baldur's Gate 2, maybe you'd get to it a little bit sooner and focus on the goddamn game you're in with actual people. So after I shamed him, he didn't say anything for the rest of the session, but he did close Baldur's Gate 2. So,
well, smart players know how to hide the game.
Don't tell people that they can do that.
Yeah, you can.
Well, no, I said don't tell them they can do that, James.
Oh, I'm just saying.
They don't want to advertise that.
But yeah, that's always a problem.
Okay.
Which is why I do interviews.
Yeah, that's good. All right, Ed, what do you got? We have a new DM in chat, by the way. Nims, he mentioned he was a new DM, so I believe he's younger. Is that Buzzsaw by chance?
Yes, it is.
That's Buzzsaw?
That's Buzzsaw.
Yeah. That's Buzzsaw. Legend. I love it. All right. We got to educate Buzzsaw.
People have heard the stories.
I played Dropship with Buzzsaw, except he wasn't Buzzsaw on Dropship. He was Chainsaw.
Oh,
and he was the medic. And instead of medicing, he was like, oh, there's space rabbits down there in the shuttle bay. I've got to go murder. Good luck, guys. And he just buggered off on his own. It was awesome.
Nice.
So anyway, Ed, give us your own spiel.
Well, I mean, basically, you guys have said most of it. It's it definitely at the table, 100%. And most of my games are at the table nowadays, especially during the the great distancing we all did online. And I did okay. I lost half the group in that moment. And so it only took like 2 sessions, and half of them were like, I just can't focus. I just can't do this. And like, I'm doing theater of the mind online, and they're like, no, I'm used to like props and things and stuff in front of me. So they bailed out. But anyway, I'm sorry. I got off the track of that point.
No, that's the whole point. Keep going, brother. That's what we do.
It's just, I do way better with people like seeing their faces, engaging with them. I mean, honestly, if I played like this where I can see people's faces and stuff, we didn't do that. We were just using Discord to chat, and there was no video, and we were using Roll20. So it was just move your tokens around, and I'm doing my usual bits and parts as usual, characters and stuff that I do. And I just didn't know if it was landing or whatever. And
cameras do help a lot.
I was going to say that too. Cameras do help, quite a bit, as opposed to avatars or not looking at a screen at all or whatever.
And that was something that I wanted to bring up too. First, I want to say, Ed, you're like the best you got a button-up shirt, top buttons buttoned. I mean, you're well spoken. Well, I mean, I don't know what you're doing here. All right,
I'm trying to make a good first impression.
I don't know.
I would love to be invited back, because then I'll just wear my other regular T-shirts that are all just
okay. You know what? If we want to balance it out, you know what we can do? Watch this. James, stand up, because I know he doesn't have hands.
No. Wait. Hold on. That's a future topic, because between James and Joe, I'm very concerned.
Very concerned about the state of YouTube,
those in pants and not
D&D people that don't wear pants.
James has I don't know if you guys know about tractors, but they have safety switches on the seats, so if you get up, it automatically shuts the tractor off. James has his seat wired, so when he stands up, the camera shuts off.
He's got a pressure pad to turn on the camera,
or a foot pedal. Got a foot pedal.
Cameras, and a couple people in the in the chat have said it, and I know Rich kind of just mentioned it too. And like I'm thinking about running some games online, and part of it for me, right? I need to get over like that. It's not playing an in-person game online, right? Like it's a different form of the game, and so some of that I need to wrap my head around and not think of it like it's at the table, but I think having cameras on, I think it's a great idea, and I think that'll help because then people can see the other people.
Yeah.
And instead, I think people think like, their brain goes to like they're listening to a podcast or they're talking on the phone where they're just, they put their earbuds in and then they just, and they go whatever they're doing. They go shopping, whatever they're doing, right, while they're on the thing. And so I think having like this visual here, I think that really helps. And so I'm going to be running an online game pretty soon, maybe a couple, and I've already said it in the chat. Dan's in one of them, and I've said, hey, cameras on. We're doing cameras on, and that's going to be that. Paul mentioned that playing in person is starting to get harder. I forget exactly the way he worded it. Becoming more of a luxury, he said, playing in person, which is absolutely, I agree with that 100%. It's very, very difficult. Rich, you mentioned, I didn't realize that you don't have any in-person play groups. Is that like a new thing, or is that
that's
for a
never,
while, or
no, that's always been the case. I mean, not since 1989, everything was in person 1989, but all of my in-person is convention play. I mean, since 2018, but all of it convention play.
Yeah, the phone thing I want to get to too, but I wanted to finish this up. Ed, were you going to say something? Is that?
Well, it's about the phone thing, so we'll get there.
Okay, yeah, I mean, whatever.
So,
I don't.
I think most of us are coming here and we're talking about, call it positive, engagement with our players, and sometimes we have to do punitive engagement with our players because
I hate that problem. You're right.
Is exactly what I had to fix. Yeah. So I'm in person, of course. I took a bottle cap, placed it on the table, and then I would catch people on the phone getting what is called brain nourishment, as I was told. And I would go, and I'd pick up one of these little gems I had, and I would just put it in the center of the circle, and I would say, "Oh, the world just got harder." And then they'd go like, "Oh," and the phones would disappear, or they'd yell at the person with the phone, and then I'd catch them again later, and I'd go, "Oh, the world just got harder." And later I would use those to do whatever I wanted to by pulling one out of the circle whenever I wanted, kind of like a deadly blessing, dreadful blessing. Sorry, that's the Valiant one.
Yeah.
So
that
was it.
I do run Tales of the Valiant, and I do like the Doom tokens in that system. They're handy. I like that. Adding more to, punish bad behavior. I like punitive. That's good. I like that. Maybe we'll start doing that.
Well, and we started saying like to everybody but the one guy who pulled the phone out said it doesn't really mean anything. It just gets him off the phone.
So, but
no, that's true, and that's something that I should do more of. Like I always complain about phones and stuff, and we had one guy who was bad, and maybe I should save this for the story time, but he would have his phone on his lap, like playing like Pokemon Go or whatever, and I used to break his balls in game. And I used to be like, dude, don't catch them all. Like, don't catch all my Pokemon, because he's at my house. So I'm like, don't catch all my Pokemon or whatever. And he would just be like, oh, that's not how the game works. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not saying it to be funny like that. I'm saying it to point out that we know you're playing. Like, you have it on his lap and as if no one could see it. You know what I mean? Like him leaning down and doing stuff. So
I kind of agree with no one of consequence. It does take up a lot of real estate on that battle map.
Yeah, in Roll20, it's particularly difficult because the interface is so, especially if people have like older computers or smaller monitors and don't have a big resolution. Like I've got a 4K monitor, right? But like
I do too. So
giant gaming nerd. There's plenty of room for that crap on the screen, but it's not everybody has that.
Well, it wouldn't be so bad if you could adjust the size of your cameras. I don't think you can.
I thought you could shrink them down just to the name bars.
But then you don't have
camera.
camera.
Yeah, you can do that. That's what I do. Like
you can't
to
make it a
address
smaller
no one of consequences thing. What I do is I have Discord. I have Discord running on my iPad, and then I have Roll20 on the computer, and so you can minimize to just name tapes on the top for the Roll20. Don't lose any of the screen space, and then I can still see everybody on my iPad.
But
we're doing all the talking there.
Not everybody has that luxury.
No, of course not.
Well, stop being poor. Oops.
Yeah, other people have dual monitors where they can do basically the same thing, but
yeah. I mean, I'm just saying some people.
But that's one solution.
One monitor or whatever.
Two different devices.
And Rich, I apologize if this like calls you poor on. This is not my intention, but like a second monitor isn't that much. Like to get a secondhand. I mean, you can go to the thrift store or something. They got them for $10. You know what I mean? A smaller monitor to throw on there to use for something like that. And I think that's important too.
Richard,
what's that?
I thought you had at least two. How many monitors you got?
I have one monitor.
Oh,
but I use the iPad for the second monitor.
Oh, hell, I got three.
Either Rich or James. Bear just became a member on one.
Yes, thank you, Bear.
And also,
I think it's on my end. Yes.
Yeah, I did start earlier, but Ear Trumpet gave Rich a gifted sub. So
that was someone else had won that one. So yep. Thank you as always.
I don't want to take the conversation away from what we're talking about, but Buzzsaw has a CRT hooked up to his Xbox.
Wait, what?
Can we talk about that for a minute? Because
sure. That's kind of awesome.
In the chat. Said it in the chat. On my setup, I have 4 VGA monitors. One is a CRT hooked to my Xbox.
Well, you know what though? When you're young and you're a teenager, like you get by with whatever you can find.
You just
in some
collect
random
them.
closet of your house.
Yeah, right.
So
you get like the
props
third
to
or
you
fourth hand-me-downs
for having a 4-monitor setup as a teenager. I wish I had 4 monitors as a teenager. Of course, back when I was a teenager, monitors were all CRTs and they were all like 80 freaking pounds. So
yeah, you didn't need four monitors. You only were looking at one thing anyway, Dan.
I mean, I used to stream my PC games real heavy on Twitch, and I had my left monitor for my XSplit, and then my right monitor would have my chat, and then my 4K would have my game. So it just kind of, I could look at chat over here, and I could watch frame drops and whatever over here. So it just made it easier.
Bear mentioned,
hard to even use them.
Go ahead, Roger.
Bear mentioned if they don't have cameras on, they tend to talk over each other. So cameras are a must for us. I'm curious to ask Bear though, and maybe you guys too, if you have experience with this. I've seen there's a lot of people like when they play online, that people have cameras on, but then there's some people that have like, just the icon there, but then there's other people that'll have like it's like an AI avatar thing that like when their mouth moves, the mouth moves. Or it does movement.
Oh, that's kind of weird. Yeah, I never liked that.
To me, that's like more distracting than, a goofy picture or something.
That's the thing that people use to, they set it up on Discord.
Yeah.
It's, I forget the name of the website. I've got it bookmarked. I had it set up to where with the players' characters and they lit up when they talked, but I didn't never go as far as with the moving mouth and all that stupidity. So, but yeah, it's something that they set up. I don't remember what it is. I'll look for it while we're talking.
I mean, I've played with some players who don't want their camera on for health reasons or whatever. And that's, but that's something that is understood beforehand.
It's called reactive portraits.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
is that what they're called? Yeah, I think that's way more distracting than anything else.
Yeah,
you're
like a still or whatever.
I ain't never went that far with them. I just did it with when they would be dim, and then when that person talked, it just, if they didn't use cameras, in a way, it kind of helps, because if you've got 4 avatars of characters sitting here and they don't move or light up, nobody knows who's talking that's watching it. So if they light up, oh, okay, he's talking. and now he's talking. You know.
Yeah.
So that, yeah, but I mean, some people get carried away with it, like you said, with the mouse moving, and like
Right.
Double D uses it. He's got little chat bubbles for his co-host.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
For
Right.
I
Mighty
mean,
Mouse,
there's
yeah.
ways of doing it where it's not too bad.
Guys,
Yeah,
I'm
I
looking
got
at
Dell.
Buzzsaw's desk right now, and let me tell you, he's got a Dell UltraScan CRT.
Did he
one of
post
those
this on the
old-
CNY Discord? or
Yeah,
something?
there's an old under that monitor, like the old big wide like power button,
Okay.
like power strip that's got all the big buttons
All
on
right.
it. I see a zip drive, one of those iOmega zip
I
drives.
see an
there.
Omega zip drive.
Oh my
I
God.
see
Who's
the
Buzz-
Halo
who's this
3
Buzzsaw
special
we
edition
talking about?
helmet. But
Listen,
Buzzsaw,
so-
buddy, I'm not your dad, but clean your fucking room.
But I
who
know
is
his
this
dad,
Buzzsaw
so-
guy? Who are we? I
So,
don't know who we're
so
talking about.
But Buzzsaw is
okay, here's the
Nims
story. So
in chat.
at CNY not this past one, the year before, he was in Bloodworth's Fallout game. Actually, Rich, you're here. Do you want to tell the story?
Yeah, so I ran Fallout at CNY number 1, which was 2025, and so a father and a son, along with Takata was also in this gaming group as well. Sat down and I'm there running an adventure where Fallout is not really something that's like extreme or anything. At best, it's like PG-13, right? So he chose the Buzzsaw chose to take the pre-gen, the robot, who happens to have as a Buzzsaw as one of its appendages, and maybe he was like 12, I guess, or something like that, or maybe even a little bit younger, and he just went to town with this thing. I mean, he had such a great time with it. He was cutting apart rad roaches and ghouls, and it was just. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, "Wow, this game can be pretty darn brutal." Plus he was getting crits like crazy, and we all had an absolute blast. I mean, it was so much fun to see a younger player. He was by that time my youngest player I've ever had at my table. Yeah. And he just had a ball. I had a ball. Everybody at the table had a blast. Yeah, so then come to this year, and he ends up in a dropship game with Dan, and I'll let Dan tell about that one.
Yeah, I mean, for those of you that haven't played Dropship or Horde Wars, it's a D12 system, and we all had, pre-gens, obviously, and Buzzsaw was scanning through the stack of papers. Clearly not even looking at the classes. He was 100% looking for the one that Nate had told him had a chainsaw. And once he found that character with the chainsaw as his melee weapon, he was like, all right, I'm going to use it. And we got into some shenanigans on the ship we were checking out. We were getting shot, blown up, beaten, stabbed, whatever. And at one point, like 3 of us were down. And we were like, where the hell's our medic? Well, Buzzsaw was down in the cargo bay. He had chased a whole bunch of space rabbits down there. And he was like, they had these little space rabbit, like Star Wars snow speeders, basically. And he was like, climbing into this thing that he didn't fit in his power armor and everything, and chainsawing the shit out of these space rabbits. It was hilarious. It was a delightful game to play in. So, but I do want to highlight Sam's comment here. Most of these sound like personal problems, not game problems. Can't put the phone down, can't focus, don't want to leave the house, don't like my appearance, don't want to go have any real life people to hang out with. Yeah. So there was a thread going through in the chat between Baron Karza and I think Paul and probably a few other folks about do you guys, if people like aren't engaging or being actively distracting, have you ever had to ask someone to leave or been like, nah, you're not getting invited back or something like that? Anyone?
I have.
You have?
Yeah.
2 people in one game.
No shit. Tell us a story.
That'll come in the horror stories.
Oh, okay. Well, we can get there. What about you, Roger?
Yeah, really.
Or is that also
I'll tell the story. I mean, I'll tell the story. I got a handful of them anyway. But and I think I've told this on air before. At least we've talked about it. But yeah, I had a guy that would come in late all the time. There were some other issues and things that led up to other stuff, but yeah, like one of the final straws was he came in late, like 45 minutes late, and the group had made new characters in another area of the world. And so he came in and I was like, all right, you're just going to play your druid.
I agree,
like, that's it. And he was like argumentative about it. Like, no, I'm going to roll up this character. And I'm like, no, just play your druid, because we already started at this point. You know what I mean? We're already going, and all that. So yeah,
hi, Jason.
I'm familiar with this story. Yeah. so yeah. And then but it's like, no, dude, you're not going to create it. And he made a stink about it, and I was like, whatever. And then later he's yelling at me on Discord chat or whatever, messaging me oh, this is bullshit. Yeah. Now my character's in a different, oh my God, in a different area, and I don't want to be there, and that character's there. And I was like, dude, don't worry about it. We'll put your character back. It doesn't, it's not a big deal. And he was all mad basically because I didn't let him roll up a new character 45 minutes into the session, and it's like, dude, show up on time. And and he's got all these excuses, but it's like, dude, it doesn't matter. You show up late,
Yeah.
Yeah. And there was another time where we don't have assigned seating. And so people came in and somebody sat in a spot, and then other people were sitting in different spots because there were a couple new people. And then he came in and stood in the corner by the door. And I was like, dude, what's going on? And he's like, nothing. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And then 10 minutes later, we're talking or whatever, and he just went nuts. And he's just like, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna say it. This is just crazy. Everybody's sitting in the wrong seats, and and it's like, oh my God, dude. Yeah, Paul, how old? Paul, you would think that he's I don't know, 9. But he's in his 40s. Yeah, crazy.
Spicy.
Divorced. Don't know how or why. Also a counselor for children. I've said too much, but yeah,
we're narrowing the pool. So
yeah, Jason and him were really, really good friends. They were really good buddies.
So Holler Shard Gaming. Hi, John. Also good channel. Loves Hyperborea, much like me. He had a guy that routinely falls asleep.
My God.
I also had that because that's in our Friday game that I was discussing earlier, John. I've also had that happen in a Thursday game that my buddies and I have run since COVID, basically since 2019. And we play Thursdays 8 to 11 ish, and sometimes some of the guys will fall asleep. And there have been times where I've given him a heads up and been like, guys, it's been a long week. I slept like shit. Probably going to need to wrap it up by 10:30. And of course, when I give that disclaimer, those are, of course, the sessions where people want to have long, boring NPC conversations for 40 minutes longer than we're supposed to. And eventually I turn into a pumpkin and I get bitchy like a child. I'm like, I'm done. I'm going to bed. Send me a message on Google with what happened. Good night. And then I sign off.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever had anyone fall asleep in a game?
Yes.
RPG Dad?
No.
Really?
Close. I think close. I've had people, I've had a couple times people getting close to where they were they start to nod and then they, catch themselves or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't remember if anybody's actually, fallen asleep, but
I've never had anybody fall asleep at the table. No.
I haven't either.
Well, I mean, Rich, you're running mostly convention games. Can you imagine if somebody fell asleep?
The convention game. Yeah, no, that one. Unless somebody, I had somebody pass out. All right, but that's again a different, different situation.
Was it
not due to lack of engagement,
was your game just that stressful?
RPG drinking game.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Well, that's an interesting thing. I mean, there was this big, controversy about Matt Mercer saying that he has a 2-drink limit at his table. So I've never really encountered that as far as like, certainly not a convention. We did plenty of drinking after gaming, but
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as home games are concerned, especially like in-person games, I wouldn't allow for drinking to be taking place at the table.
Yeah. I know Jason mentioned it in the chat. I know he was like dozing off like a couple times. I didn't remember if he actually fell asleep or not, but yeah. But I mean, it happened. It's
All right, somebody's getting all kinds of damn subs there. I don't know who's
No,
Yeah.
they're just announcing how long they've been subs.
Yeah, those are just the dick measuring messages.
Yeah.
See, you don't have any of those yet because you've only been monetized for like a month and a half.
No. I thought it was subs. Now I see. I weren't reading. Continue.
You weren't reading.
Really,
I was asleep.
Paul, I have never seen anybody fall asleep at a convention, like at a game table. I mean, I've seen people passed out like in the hall or like slouched over in the hallway, like taking a nap or whatever, but never at a game table. Never at a game table.
No one of consequence used to have a no alcohol policy a long time ago, but now he's on Roll20. They can do what they want. I'll usually have if I'm playing, I'll have a cocktail or something if I'm playing online, but I tend not to when I'm running. I like to be more focused.
Yeah, I'll tell people, listen, like we're adults. Just you know what I mean?
Just don't get stupid.
Right. If you get stupid, then I'm going to tell you not to come back or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? It's going to be a strike here.
Yeah.
Like, but I don't care if somebody wants to enjoy a drink or something. But like, if you start slurring so people can't understand you or start causing problems, well, I mean, okay, then it's time to go.
Yeah, I agree.
But I would never play like, what's that, Drinking and Dragons or whatever. There's actually that game where you got to take a shot like every time you do. Like I would like, that seems like fun to play. Like I would play that at the house sometime with like a group of people or whatever to just screw around. But I would never bring that to like a convention or like, I mean, that would just be,
Well, and
ridiculous.
if you're gonna do that at a convention, you do it after hours with people
after hours,
know.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Although,
sure.
I mean, maybe we can register a Drinking and Dragons game at North Texas. That might be wild. Do it at like 8 a.m. too. Really screw with people. That'd be fun.
I think, I'm not sure, thinking about it just off the cuff, I think I would deny it if someone tried to run one of those at CNY, like during game, during the day.
Challenge accepted.
You know what I mean? Like after hours, I don't care. I can't do anything after hours, but like during the day at like, like a 6:00 game, like I just don't think it's a great idea.
Could we consider that part of player engagement alcohol?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I mean, I think that like I think all that's player engagement. Like I think that you need to have because the more someone is drinking, right, as soon as it starts to affect them, other players now start to pay attention to the guy whose hand is shaking or is slurring his words because they're waiting for him to fall over. And it's taking away attention from the game. So there, look, see, I brought it all back around. See?
Bloody Marys and keep on the Borderlands.
Amen.
Yeah.
Also, I'm assuming this is Rich. Got a $5 super chat from Agile Mono.
Thank you, John, as always.
I'm sorry you have mono.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
how do you guys feel about food at the table?
That's you again, Rich. Oh, that's
nope, that's not me. I don't think it is.
It ain't me.
Oh, maybe it is. Oh, it's just a different color. Well, thank you again. As far as food at the table, again, I'm playing at home. What other people are doing at their table, I don't really eat. I drink tons of water when I'm running. My only real interruptions is that, and this is the one thing from like home games from whether you're playing in person or online, is that I found that if I'm on the computer and I'm playing online, my wife and my kids don't actually know that I'm doing something online and like actually online. So they'll
Yeah.
walk in, around 9:30, quarter to 10 or something like that, and start putting away the clothes for the baskets and just, doing their thing, and then they realize, oh, you're actually online. I was like, yeah, but it's okay, So those are the only kind of interruptions I have at home. If I were in person at home, that wouldn't happen, right? We'd be in a different space. But as far as food and everything, I don't have a problem with that. At conventions, I'll bring a bag of candy and put out the the hard candies
Sure.
out there or whatever, because we're talking for 3 hours or 4 hours, so you need something to keep your keep your
Absolutely.
throat going, and
Yeah.
so I don't mind
Yeah.
eating at the table. No.
I got my glass of water right here.
Yeah, as long as
Yeah,
they're not touching the
absolutely.
books and stuff like that with their cheese doodle fingers or
Oh
things
my
like
God.
Oh God.
that. That's
I got the idea at Christmas time, and I did a Christmas adventure, and I used gingerbread pieces I made for the walls so they could be eaten.
That's cool. I like that.
I'm gonna tell a Jason horror story since
Okay.
he's in the chat. We were playing with this guy, and he was sitting next to Jason, and he was eating like Doritos, and he didn't have a book. I don't know what game. I don't think it was Shadow Dark. It may have been Castle Crusades. And the guy's eating Doritos and has it like all over his fingers. and he goes,
It's not.
and he cleans his fingers off in his mouth. He goes and licks his fingers off, and then goes to grab Jason's book. And Jason's like slid his books away. It was like, hell no. So either his books or I think it was his books or his dice, but one or the other. He was like, no.
There was a dude at North Texas in one of my games that I wasn't running, I was just playing, but he had street tacos, and he also didn't bring dice, so he was eating tacos and getting slimy taco shit, sour cream and beef drippings all over his hands, and then trying to grab other people's dice. I was very glad I was on the opposite side of the table from him.
Yeah,
That shouldn't even be allowed
Jason.
in general.
I agree. Tora, who is my axe judge, says that Cheetos should be banned from the table. He also hilariously had to kick a drunk from his Shadow Dark game, which I find funny.
It's crazy.
I
would think that there's more of a hygiene issue, that we might have come across at especially like your local gaming shop kind of in-person games, and all of a sudden somebody comes in with a hygiene issue, and I have experienced that and heard about that kind of thing going on more often than other things like drinking at the table or whatnot.
Yeah, there were some rather ripe individuals at GaryCon back in March. And it was unfortunate because at GaryCon, all the rooms, because they pack so many tables into each room.
Yeah.
It's and it's March, so they're not running the AC because it's March. Yeah, they got a little rough. Wibbs has assembled. Hello, Wibbs. How are you, buddy?
Yeah.
So Buzzsaw says he doesn't mind eating, but don't get food bits all over his minis or dice or battle map. I agree.
Yeah.
If you don't want Cheeto fingers, use chopsticks.
Yeah.
Just no Cheetos. Nothing overly crumbly.
Yeah.
Well,
messy. Yeah.
If it's food, if it's finger food or whatever, it's fine. I think if you're like I've had people come to the table, and we'll get food ahead of time sometimes, and then we'll eat right in the beginning, and then we'll get into playing. But there's some people that would show up late or show up right on start time or whatever, and they show up with a sub or whatever, and now they've got their books, and their books are pushed aside because they got everything laid out, and so they're taking up table space, and they're trying to eat, and it's it's one of those things where it's a distraction to other players.
Yeah.
And it takes away, I think. And then so that becomes a problem.
I will say, having snacky food at the table, stuff I don't know, nuts or individually wrapped hard candies or something, that can be a good thing to keep people engaged and not have them resort to their phones, right? Because then there's something for them to play with and screw with.
Yeah.
Touch of Evil had once had a player that he played with mistake a die for a piece of candy.
Fun.
Sounds like he broke it too.
Yeah. No, you know what? I blame these dice
manufacturers.
manufacturers. I blame these ridiculous dice manufacturers making dice that looks like candy.
The question is, Touch of Evil, was it a metal die? Because that would be
No,
spicy.
it was probably like one of those cotton candy dice or whatever that looks something that's edible.
Oh, that's another pet peeve I have. People that use dice that you can't frickin' read. Oh god.
Yeah. Well,
This won't turn into the pet peeve show.
No,
but I hate that. That drives me nuts.
It'll be next week. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Lorimore rooms downstairs, the Shadow Dark dungeon, were the only ones that were cool. The everything upstairs on the, what would that be? The eastern side, like by Mayfield and everything, Paul, was sweaty as balls. It smelled like wretched nerd ass in there after like a day. And the second floor rooms where Castles and Crusades were way, way worse.
So the AC was down?
Well, it's March in Lake Geneva. Like it's 50 degrees outside. Like they have very, like I'm sure they were running like a fan to exchange it with outside air. But it's not like they were blasting the AC to down to 52 degrees like Roger was at CNY. Thank you, by the way. That room was awesome.
True. You're welcome.
It was amazing.
Welcome. Yep.
I get those are deep between great games. I agree.
I get compliments and I get people yelling at me. But I think I learned my lesson. We're going to sell sweatshirts next year.
Okay. Dental surgeons funding delectable looking D8s. Probably. It's a vast dental wing conspiracy.
Yes.
Yep, there it is. I was hunting that.
Yeah, Jaski wants to know our thoughts on Deathbringer.
I backed it. That's the last game of this year that I'm backing.
I backed it as well. I backed it as well at a decently high level.
I did the same thing. I was almost about to pull the trigger of canceling it, because I was like, do I really want to do this? And, when am I going to get to this? Probably not going to get to this until 2027. But then I saw that I was, the early bird, first 48 hours.
Yeah, that's how they keep you locked in when you're starting to have second thoughts.
And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to keep it.
That's why they do it.
Yeah.
They trigger the FOMO. I did back it. Honestly, the thing that looks the most interesting to me in that is the neoprene flippable UDT maps. That'll be useful for when I'm running a game for my 8-year-old niece or for like con games. That'll be handy. The game itself, I'm not going to lie, I was more excited for Deathbringer before it became like a Shadow Dark hack by Roll for Combat.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there.
No, I agree.
I was a little bit less interested in that it was associated with Roll for Combat because
people are dumbasses, Toro.
It's just they just don't make good decisions as far as publishing and who's actually shipping it and everything like that. I was like, all right, I know for sure it's coming from China now, and God knows how long that might take to actually fulfill.
Their Kickstarters do take a long, long time to fulfill.
Yeah,
it's kind of frustrating.
Yeah, I think I'm still waiting on one or two of theirs right now.
Yeah,
I think I'm still waiting for one or two of theirs.
I'm waiting for Elemental Storm. That's the frustrating thing. There's a lot of Shadow Dark Kickstarters that I kickstarted because I was super into Shadow Dark, and now I've kind of moved past Shadow Dark because I've seen the limitations of it. So I've got this shit coming that I backed 2 or even 3 years ago, and it's like, well, shit.
That's exactly how I felt about Dolmenwood.
Yeah,
I used some of it and was planning on like maybe switching over to it, maybe not, but using more of it, and then. That's it.
I know this is not on topic, but I'd be curious to know more about the Shadow Dark later, but not right now.
No, we can talk about it now. We had our say. We can get some more horror stories in. We stayed on topic for 45 minutes. That's pretty good.
I'm gonna list.
I don't think in that 45 minutes we really were completely on topic.
Don't ruin this for me, Ed.
Listen, yeah.
Sorry, erase.
Ed, you were doing so well.
Right?
What about Shadow Dark? Do you not play Shadow Dark? You want to know more about what Shadow Dark is and all that?
No, that's all I play now.
That's all you play. So that's what you want to talk about. You just want to talk about it.
No.
I'm going to mention it.
I like to hear.
I'm going to mention it. It's on my list.
I'm curious about other people's opinions of games. Like he's talked about Hyperborea a lot, but I also watched a lot of Tankard. Oh my gosh!
Wow,
that's your phone's autocorrect.
Tankard. Sorry, everyone.
Tankard's Tavern.
You see it a lot on the Discord from the phone autocorrects. It's pretty great.
Don't forget to sub. Anyway, point being, I lost my point. It was Shadow Dark. Anyway, you got it.
You want to talk about Shadow Dark? You want to know about what people think about Shadow Dark?
We got more stuff to talk about here, or
I do.
I don't care.
All right, you know what?
I'm just here.
if you're okay with me going on to the next thing about player engagement,
Go for it.
Sure.
Go for
I
it.
would like to mention Shadow Dark.
Okay.
You know, one of the good things I think about Shadow Dark is the way it's designed. And I know a lot of people don't like it and all that stuff, but
I like Shadow.
the always, I didn't mean us particularly, you know.
Oh,
but,
okay.
The always on initiative, I think
Yeah.
helps keep players engaged.
I use
because
that
you're
in
just
basically
constantly
every game now.
going around the table.
Yep.
And then every time it's like your turn, the GM's turn, I'll mark like a hash mark, you know, on the battle mat or whatever. And the players know like every one of those, two of those, or three of those, and I'm gonna roll for a random encounter.
Yeah.
And so if I make a hash mark and then like the players start talking and trying to figure out what they're gonna do or whatever, I'll make another hash mark. And then I'll roll a die, and it keeps people like going. And the other thing is like the torch timer. And I think that's why Shadow Dark was designed the way that it is. I think it's designed to keep people's interest and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I've noticed that running dungeons with Shadow Dark, you can get through a lot more. And you get like the torch timer, and especially if it's something like a sand timer or something that the players can see and stare at, they can game that. Because instead of saying, oh, they go through 6 rooms and, you can get you're going to, run out of torch or whatever. It doesn't matter how long it really takes in real time. But with that, it's a real time thing. So players get that gamification in their head where they're like, oh, we might be able to stretch this to 10 rooms, which is an hour and a half. And we're gaming the system.
Right.
Like, and really you're giving them a 2 copper torch for free. Right. But they see the sand timer and they're like, yeah, we got to go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
There's like a push your luck
Yeah.
element of it that it kind of,
and they almost self-regulate. Yeah. And like they don't get they don't pull themselves out of the game, like because of that. And so those are the things I like from Shadow Dark that I think I will take with me, wherever I go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was that, Ed? Pretty good.
That's not bad.
Pretty good.
I'm
bad.
evil. I hide
Could be
the
better.
timer.
Yeah, but you're right. And you know what? I understand why people do that. And
Yeah.
I think you're completely wrong. So, do it right. Welcome
I'll
to the
let my
show.
group know. I'll let my group know.
No,
No, I
I
was
just
gonna say,
like
I
said, when
use
it's something that
actual-
they stare at.
Tokens, little coins as luck tokens, and there's just a
Okay.
pile
Yeah.
on the table, and they just take them and put them back every time they use them. Something to interact with.
Yeah.
I do the same thing with Shadow Dark tokens. So they have the tokens, they get to spend them, they get to, hoard them up if they want to. But, the other thing with Shadow Dark that's creates that sense of urgency is the death timer too. So you don't know if your character is going to bleed out in 1 round or 4.
Right.
And just looking at those things, and I'm pretty sure that Deathbringer has systems very similar to that. Is things that just will generate. I think that one has one where there will be a random encounter. All right, absolutely within the next 6 rounds. And they just don't know when it's going to happen, but somewhere in there, anything that creates urgency is going to create engagement because now everybody has to focus.
Yeah.
So I found Shadow Dark to be the most easiest way to get new players into TTRPGs after I tried it. Players had fun. It is an excellent old school gateway drug.
Yeah.
And I wasn't like trying to, shit on Shadow Dark or anything. It's just, I ran a lot of it. I played a lot of it and I still like it, but I like other systems more. And I mean, I've always been.
Where's your sign? You ain't showed it. All right, now we can keep going. Continue.
But thank you, James. I appreciate you. You're a good man. But I grew up on AD&D 1E and 2E, so I'm always I've had forays where I'll try and play and go pretty hard in on a more rules light system, but I always wind up gravitating back towards AD&D 1E, CNC, Hyperborea, that vein of game weight. Even OSE, I like OSE, and I like how modular OSE is, and I like being. It's like a kind of like a mad scientist game, right? You can bolt on so much BX related stuff, but it's just that AD&D vein is what I'm always gonna kind of go back to because it's the best.
I have to say, I'm finding Shadowdark really easy to bolt stuff on. I'm pulling from other sources
Mm-hmm.
and using things, and I'm realizing I can make a different gameplay. Like we're playing Dragon Heist right now, and I wanted a little bit less of the dark, grim death part. So I'm using the Tales of the Valiant token system from there instead. So I don't know, just find it easier.
I was upset when I looked at Dragon Heist because there are no dragons and there's no heist.
No, there is a dragon. And I fixed that problem. I've put tons of heists into my game. It's all based around doing heists.
I mean, what I meant was that, the dragon is, you find out that that's what they call the coins, and
I know
that the heist had already happened, and it's spoilers, by the way. But
we're way past that
like
point.
Disappointed,
The statute of
you find that out.
ended.
You find that out pretty quick in the game, but it's like a big major
Sephiroth kills
disappointment.
Eris at the end of Disc 1 of Final Fantasy VII.
Whoa!
No!
Whoa!
What? I haven't gone there yet.
I know, right? I'm such a monster.
I actually didn't know that.
What the? Okay.
James, your video game was probably Pong, dude.
No.
Mine was. My first
played
was
Final
Pong.
Fantasy. I just had never played it hard.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to play that hard to get to the end of Disc 1. Did you even get out of Midgard? Probably not.
No, he definitely didn't.
He definitely didn't. So, player engagement in RPGs, not Final Fantasy VII. But
You want another one?
yeah, fire away.
Yeah, we want all of them. He's going to
All
keep
of 'em.
asking for them until you're
All right.
crying.
I started using this potion bottle, and then I
Okay.
switched to a giant. I got giant foam dice for Christmas. I pass this around, and each person takes a turn having it. And when I need a random roll, the person who has this is the one that has to roll the random roll for me. So it doesn't matter whose turn it is; they're rolling for the object. They pass it on to the next person, including me. I also get it sometimes.
It's like a dealer token in Texas Hold'em.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yes.
That's cool.
except not at all.
It keeps them engaged because all of a sudden they go like, "Hey, your turn. You're rolling the dice. You got.
You're
the piece."
dealing the random die roll, and then you pass it on the next round.
Oh,
yeah.
the best part was we rolled 3 spiders, and they said roll again, and they said, "Oh, look, we rolled 3 more spiders," and so that's been a constant joke. Don't do the spiders.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't realize you were a Shadowdark aficionado, Ed. That's cool. That's good. We got a BX guy. We got a Hyperborea guy. We got whatever the hell Roger likes, which is Inspector Ghostbusters, right? That's your favorite?
No, but I'm sure.
Oh, it was
Whatever.
Ninja Turtles.
Rich likes OSE and CNC.
I like Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles is cool.
Yeah, I'm going to be
Ninja
running
Turtles.
Ninja Turtles next.
I saw that,
CNY.
Rich. I saw that, Rich.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
They did
So
a great job with the Ninja Turtles. The Redux editions of those books are gorgeous.
They're gorgeous. Did you get the
New
pretty
art.
ones?
What's that?
Did you get the pretty ones?
Yeah.
The leatherette ones? Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't get the leatherette ones. I just got
I
the,
did.
the
I
standard,
did. I
but
thought you
they're,
were a fan,
Of
but-
course
they're
you did.
absolutely gorgeous.
Can I have a follow-up question for Paul.
Paul-
that's all.
Paul, yeah.
off
Paul
the
is ragging on us, a D&D guy. That's because D20 games
not-
are great.
Not that one. Not that
Oh.
one. He's
Oh,
got
oh.
a previous comment. He said, now that Final Fantasy VII has been spoiled, he played infinitely superior Final Fantasy VI.
Agreed.
I agree with that. Only if he's talking about Final Fantasy 3.
on SNES, which is Final Fantasy
he's a-
6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, then I'm fine with that. Unless he's talking about the real Final Fantasy 6,
No.
in which case he's
US Super
we're done.
Nintendo Final Fantasy 3 is real Final Fantasy 6. Real Final Fantasy.
Oh, yeah,
3
that
was
is.
was on the
right.
was on the
That's
NES.
right.
Yeah.
Real Final right.
Yeah.
Never mind. I
Yeah,
got
you got it back.
that somehow screwed up in my head.
Yeah,
yeah.
but
yeah.
no,
you're right.
Final
That
Fantasy 6 is the best
yeah.
Final Fantasy, and Shadow's the best character. Fight me. Also, maybe 7 because you can suplex Doom Train. That's just cool.
I did enjoy Final Fantasy 7, and it still is my favorite. But
7's your favorite?
I get
Okay,
it. Yeah,
we're derailing this. All right, you're wrong.
it is. No, I get it. I get it. A lot of people just can't wrap their brain around it. You know what I mean? They
I
just can't
can
handle it.
wrap my brain around it. Espers
I
are just
know.
cooler than materia.
Listen,
Also,
I like the
Quadra Magic
materia
Mime
thing.
freaking Knights of the Round is just breaks the game and is BS.
I love that. I love Knights of the Round. I love Knights of the Round. The fact that it took like 10 minutes to cast, and then you watch the animation.
Cyan is not goated. Cyan is boring trash. Shadow and Sabin are the best.
Right.
You're wrong. Love
Somebody's
you, Tora.
alarm
Please don't kill me on Sunday while I'm possibly golfing if it doesn't rain.
Oh boy.
With what hands, Tora? I'll win.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
What's
anyway,
next?
sorry.
I got a
I
huge
had
list here. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
sorry.
Keep going. Keep going.
No,
Sorry.
I'm kidding.
Keep going.
Keep
Ed,
it
what's
on
next,
this
Ed?
before.
Sorry.
What do you got, Ed? What do you got? Come on.
Well, oh shoot, I left it in the room. Props are always good. Another way of engaging people.
Dude, I'm so jealous of your engagement tips for in-person games. How do I become like you?
I'm giving them now. Just take them.
No, I mean having local people to play with.
Oh, bribery.
It's hard. Yeah,
Sometimes
bribery.
you actually raise the people that are now in your game group.
Working on
I could go out and probably find a game group. I've got a couple of game stores. I could go find them, but I don't know.
You have game stores near you? Wow.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I don't have.
I've got game stores, but they only play 5.
My closest game stores are like 35, 40 minutes away.
Oh, I'd still drive it.
Yeah. Baron Cars is excited for the Fatal supplement for Shadow Dark. That should be fun.
Oh my God. Yeah, I know some people about 20 years ago that started character creation in Fatal, and I think they're almost done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
the rule book is only 900 pages long.
If you know anything about Fatal, you'll get that joke.
There's a lot of tables.
It's a lot faster than Rollmaster.
Yeah, I don't know. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. I mean, never mind. I can't even say the words of the names of some of the charts that are in the Fatal book without getting you demonetized. So,
that's a live stream. You can get away with a lot more on a live stream.
Oh no, then we'll test that theory. There's a table to roll for your anal circumference.
Yes.
No.
Yeah. Well, that's important.
James, how you doing, brother?
Other people roll penile circumference, and it's important to know whether you're going to get hurt.
Oh my God!
How to get player engagement? Engagement, not marrying them. Just
not that kind of engagement. I'm sorry, I thought we were talking about engaging.
Yeah, don't get engaged. No.
Hey,
I've got on my table something that I use. I put this here bell on the table. And it's one of these hotel bells.
Yeah,
you know,
Orbis.
You stole that from Berkstone, right?
I cannot confirm or deny, but I use this at my home game table. I've used it at conventions. I put it out in the middle of the table, and I tell the players, look, this bell is for when we start to get off track or somebody starts going off on a tangent, and like this is the bell that says, hey, let's get back to it. Now, sometimes it doesn't work, but like the first few times, like people want to ring it, they want to hit the thing or whatever. But once they get it out of their system and it works like a couple times, it's almost like Pavlov. Like people will hit it, and then people, okay, we got to pay attention. And so it kind of stops like some of the side chatter and stuff. So that does actually work.
I used a metronome in one of my games as part of the situation, and my dad had a metronome, so I used that. It became distracting. It became a little too engaging.
Yeah.
So
Stephen Jason says the bell's seen a lot of use. Yeah. And I think it works probably 60% of the time.
I mean, it's better than 0% of the time.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's a thing where people, you get used to it and you say, oh, okay, it's the bell. Let's get back to class, or whatever. Because it's hard, like these days, like, I don't know about you guys, right? Like, I know Gramps is probably retired as all the time in the world, but like some of us have, families, a job, and like everything else. It's not like I'm 16 and I can spend 14 hours, a day gaming. I mean, like when we play, like we only got 4 hours. So it's like, if we spend an hour of that eating, well, we got 3 hours. If we spend an hour of it, bullshitting, it's like we're down to 2 hours a week to play. It's a scheduled thing. So like we have to be like on task, you can't afford like all these time waste because you're only playing for so long. So things like the bell, help.
Thank you, Agile.
My thoughts anyway.
I like the bell. I might steal the bell. Maybe they'll replace the bell.
I kind of like that though. I like the bell idea. Where when they go to jabber and getting off topic, you can just ding, 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 ding.
We might need one for the show.
But it's important. It's important, Gramps. Put it in the middle of the table and let the players hit it too.
True.
Because then they'll start to police each other and you. Because I know I have that problem too sometimes. Where I need the bell.
I mean, that's
somebody
idea.
needs to hit it for me.
You mean your in-person games aren't 3.5 hours of focused content, Roger?
They always are, that. But
okay.
Sometimes the focused content is me ranting about something.
No.
That'll work too.
Yeah, a racer to the head, something like that. Yeah.
Oh, Chinese yo-yo. That works great. Just
yeah.
I like that.
Sometimes, a little bit of negative feedback if they're, I do this with players who decide, I don't know what spell I'm going to cast. And so they start looking at their spells, loss of round. You know what I'm saying?
Just go to the next person.
Yep.
Yeah.
Your character was confused or, just didn't know what to do. Maybe
his character was flipping through his spell book.
Yeah. And so next round, that's it.
This for you, Tora.
Yeah, I mean, the one time that I did that with he was like aghast, and I was like, "Your character is sitting there, and you're confused. You're looking through your spells. You don't have your components organized or whatever. You wasted the time. It is now the next in line."
Yeah,
right.
Be familiar with your character and know what your character is able to do, and you have plenty of time to plan your action. Do it. I mean,
exactly.
That's why everybody else in the group's doing their thing. You can be sitting there figuring out, okay, don't wait until I say, all right, what are you doing? Oh, well, let me think about that. No, it don't work like that.
Yeah.
If you don't know what you're going to do, I'm going to move to the next person.
Yeah, that's also why the declaration phase is actually very, very important.
Correct.
Declaring what they're going to do beforehand, and then, you give them very little room to amend that during the course of the initiative playing out.
I have a gavel. I have yet to really use it and threaten people with it. But
I have a couple players who I'd be tempted to shove the gavel up their ass sideways, so it's probably not a good idea. I have one of those, but I do like the idea. Hi, Craig. How's it going? No one of consequence going around. Give everybody's channels love. Thank you. Everybody go like and subscribe, all of us.
Yep.
Especially me and Roger, so we can pass Jeff.
Make sure you get all 4 of these guys. I'm good.
And me, because I'm 11.
You know what? If you bully Ed with subs, he'll start his channel back up again. That's what I heard. He's going to rebrand it, relaunch it.
I'm 11 away from 1,000, folks.
Oh shit! Go get.
Nice.
Yeah,
11 away. Come on, people.
Nice.
Help
let's hit him. Let's get him over.
Yeah,
let's get him over today, people.
Yeah, let's get him over on the show.
I think I'm at 989. I was. Yeah, still at 989. I need
All right.
11.
Go give James some love. We'll either get you now or we'll get you tomorrow on the Saturday stream.
Back on track.
Yeah.
Yes, back on track. Ding.
Whoa. Yeah. Ding, 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 ding.
I'll pipe it in as like a soundboard thing.
Yeah, Craig. Yeah, John Con, fantastic. Yeah, we put it on the CNY Facebook and stuff. Whatever, continue to post it. John Con, that's in just over the border in Canada, and
Canada.
It's near Burlington. I'm winging this right now, so but yeah, it's like I think it's right near Burlington, somewhere out there. And it's in October? Oh Jesus, I gotta look this up before I screw all this up. But yeah, it's good. Good time. It's going to be
fun.
While
he's looking that up, everybody should also go to
CNYCon,
because as senior staff, I can definitely say that it is the best con I went to this year. Well done,
November 13th to 15th. 13 to 15, Burlington, Ontario.
Oh, okay.
No, you're good. And CNY is going to be in June.
10 more, James. You just got Jason a sub.
What?
And
Jason just subbed you. You need 10 more.
Hey. Awesome. Thank you.
12, 13, 14. Probably 11, 12, 13,
Yeah.
14.
Yeah, because you're doing it.
CNY, possibly 10, 11, 12, 13.
You're getting out of hand.
We'll see what happens. I think Thursday.
I won't be there
Thursday.
until Friday.
No, I know. I think Thursday is just going to be a Thursday night. We're not even going to open the convention hall. I think Thursday night's just going to be a dinner for whoever wants to show up. Maybe we'll do the movie Thursday, and then we'll do gaming all day Friday, Saturday.
There you go. I dig it.
That's what I'm thinking.
Senior
but,
staff approves.
Yeah. So I know it's getting out of hand. Rich, I wanted to do 2 days and keep it at 2 days, but everybody's like, no, you need a third day. You need a third day.
The people have spoken.
And then now everybody's like, you need all day Friday. You need all day Friday.
You do.
All day Friday. So
all day Friday is not bad.
Yeah.
So the people want it. So now I got to find time for dinner and a movie. So I think I'm going to do it Thursday night.
See, I'm going to leave my home at 5 a.m. Friday morning, be there at 8. I'm not going to run something. I'm going to play something when I first get there. So hopefully Dan has his Hyperborea game ready to roll.
Hell yeah. I'll run it first thing.
And then, and then I'm only going to run one each day. So I'll run one game on Friday, one game on Saturday, and probably play some. I'll stay a little bit longer. I stayed until like midday on Sunday. I left there like 1:30 or something. That was fine. Because I have to get home in time to bring the garbage up.
Yeah, no, I hear you. No, it was a blast. It was a good time. So we're doing that. I'm going to have that website and everything set up probably by the end of this month. I don't want to push it on people. I've said that before. I'm really not about selling people a ticket for next year while they're checking in for this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I got to do that. And then also December 12th, we're doing a game day, just a 1 day, no vendors, no special guests, just hanging out, gaming. And that's going to be down at the pinball hall. And it's like $10 or $20 for VIP, but just to get in and, hang out and game. Of course, you guys are all welcome to stop up. Dan says he's coming. So I think it'll be fun to just hang out and
driving out.
You guys love to see you guys. Ed, I don't know where you're at, but
too far away.
Sounds like
I'm
far.
in SoCal.
Nothing's too far. There are these things that you get on and you just a few hours, you know what I mean? You're
That
coast to
requires
coast,
money.
CNY is leveling up.
Oh,
Yep,
yeah.
it is leveling up.
Yeah, it is. It is, Paul.
But I appreciate
Friday,
the offer.
Saturday,
Paul,
Sunday.
you should come with next year. You can just hop in my car. I'll pick you up.
Yeah,
And you're
there
going to probably hit at least 300 next year.
Yeah, I think so. It's going to be fantastic. So it's going to be great. And I appreciate all, everything, like Rich, everything you've done for it, and promoting and everything else. It's fantastic. So I think it's going to be great this year. But so I'll let you know when we get everything. And Gramps, we hope to see you there too.
Yeah, Gramps, you got to come.
Where's that at? CNY?
Utica.
Utica.
Oh,
Utica, New York, middle of the state.
Get your old ass on a plane, fly up.
I don't know. We'll talk about it. Well, that's next year. We'll talk about it. I'm already looking at going to GaryCon. So, I mean, I got invited as a content creator, so I might as well try to go.
Well, I can pick you up from O'Hare for that one. That one's easy.
I think I'm going to drive.
You
just
are
take a week and just drive a couple, be there.
Must be nice to be retired and just be able to be like, I can do whatever the hell I want.
Yeah, that's the reason I haven't gotten a new dog. Mama's like, you need to get a dog. Well, if I get a dog, then what am I going to do with my dog while I'm gone? So that's no pets. That way I can just get up and go. But go.
Hey, you got a new member, dude.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah,
nice. Congrats.
Thank you, man.
And we have to get Agile out there too.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying, Rich.
Yeah.
Get on him.
There's so many people we need to see there. I mean, that would be amazing if we just get all of our favorite people within the hobby to show up there. And
man, I'm glad I'm staffed so I get to fold it in.
If we do have a con next year where like the Grognards for Grognards Assemble all go to, we need to make a shirt.
Yeah.
And go in there representing Grognards Assemble shirts. Yeah. That'd be pretty cool.
We're going to do a live show from the con floor from a game.
Yeah, we can do that. We can
be cool.
Yeah. Do a live show from
do
a live show from CNY.
Oh, hell yeah. That's a great idea.
live show from CNY. I mean, I know the guy that runs it, so it'd be really.
It could be after hours.
I
whatever.
may have met those same guys, Paul. There was a group of 4 guys at one of my games that all took an RV up from God knows where. But they were. I also played a Swords and Wizardry game at Gary Con with 2 guys that flew in, and they fly in every year from New Zealand. So.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yes, we 100% need to put the page 230 afterward on the back. That if I'm ever fancy enough on YouTube to have merch, or I'm just drunk enough one night to order my own merch that no one else will have, just me, it's 100% having that on there, and like the Witch Queen of Euthorium on the front. So that's this lovely lady on the side over here with the chat text, by the way. So, but anyway, so that was a fun con venture. Do you guys have any more player engagement tips or horror stories?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, Jason wants to he's in for this too. He wants to heckle the hell out of the live show, and
That's fine.
Fart noises, tomatoes throwing the works. I mean, I think that can only make it better.
I'm here for it.
So,
That's
really
engagement right there.
Yeah.
I would really love to get Luke Gygax to show up and put him in a dunk tank and charge like $10 for a baseball. Because I think
wait until I finish drinking.
I'd go broke that night. Yeah. I'd have to dig into my savings account.
After his last video, I thought, oh man, James is doomed.
I was glad you got that out of your system before tonight, by the way. I
No.
feel like that had been boiling over for a couple weeks.
No.
It was just waiting to come out.
Remember when me and you first talked about I had that video locked in the chamber, and it sat there for like 4 days, and I have downloaded it and watched it twice, and just like, yeah, that's too rough. And so I re-recorded it and held back a little bit.
Coward.
Woo,
I think that's not a bad idea, because I think sometimes when people do, I'll call them gripe videos, they come over kind of bad. It just seems unprofessional sometimes, but his video was really good.
I feel called out. Well, I don't know.
That's what gets.
Well, I haven't seen any of yours yet.
No. We did. We're 3.5 hours of focused content. That's
The first video I was calling
sir.
out people by name, but then I deleted that before I released it. And this time now I got people in the comments. It's like, who are you talking about? Nope, I can't do it. Done got about 4 DMs in Discord. Who are you talking about? Nope, I can't tell you. But
man, these guys like this idea. Might be worth it to get Luke to come out. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
I don't think he would come out for a dunk tank though, buddy.
No. Probably. Well, he did the slime thing. He got slimed at GaryCon. I mean, I know that was for his own.
That's a GaryCon. Come on.
That's his con.
I know.
It's his own show.
Yeah,
I know.
we can slime you at GaryCon. We can dunk tank you at CNYCon. That'd be fun.
Quiet,
Me?
Echo.
I don't know if people would pay to dunk me at CNY.
I'm willing to bet I could get at least one person that would pay somebody to try to dunk you at CNY.
I wonder if we could set something up like over the pool or something. You know what I mean? If
The only thing I'd like to throw at Luke is some common sense.
Actually, this is not a bad idea. You could do a dunk the DM dunk tape take.
Okay. There's got to be a dunk tank rental service too.
I'm not for the record. I'm not angry that Luke is releasing.
No, I'm not angry.
Book
I'm a
Watsy.
little sad.
I could care less. That doesn't make sense.
Talk about people's daddies like Watsy did, and then all of a sudden everything's anyway. Ding 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 ding.
Oh wait, hang on.
Yeah.
There you go. Yep.
What's the next topic?
Engagement.
Player engagement.
Engagement. Horror stories. Anything else that you found useful? Online games, offline games. I mean, I
remember one of them was like, if you're as a player, how do you engage other players?
Yes, that was one of them.
Oh yeah, that was a question. I skipped that question completely.
Yeah,
really?
The only thing I can think of is just by trying to have your characters connect with one another and then interact more so like an Erudite's game. Well, actually, it was Chris Moneymaker's game Wednesday night, and I have a halfling. I'm playing a halfling fire cleric, and the other player is playing a Goliath that has like fire abilities with his psionics, and he actually approached me and he was like, "Hey, we're like brothers and everything," and he's supposed to be like very dim-witted, and I'm supposed to be kind of taciturn and whatnot. But I can definitely see how the both of us can play off of each other. Him being a Goliath and my being a 3'9" halfling, and just playing that out. So that's one way that I think players can get other players engaged, is by just interacting in character with their characters and just getting them involved.
Yeah. Yeah, I may try to call on people, especially like maybe quieter people that maybe need a little bit of prodding to maybe get involved. Maybe they're shy or it's their first time or whatever. Like I'll do that. Some people are just quiet people though and never like won't talk. So
I can see a little bit of like interaction or trying to keep people into the game by doing like in-game stuff. Like not just asking the players like, okay, what do you guys want to do? What do you guys want to do? But like as you're walking or as you're traveling or whatever, ask a player about his bow. Hey, where'd you get that bow? Where'd you get that axe? Did somebody make that for you? Or would you? Oh, those are nice boots, man. Like what, and or whatever. I mean, just to try and have that thing. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, but that's the only thing I really thought of. Like players with players, it's hard, and it's difficult for me sometimes to like yell at players or like call them out on something. So sometimes it's kind of nice when other players, players at the table kind of police each other. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
But I mean, you can't rely on that, right? Because other players shouldn't be doing that. It needs to be the GM.
I'm okay with it being both.
No, I'm okay with it too. I'm okay with it, but you can't like rely on that. Like you can't expect the players to do that.
Yeah, most people won't.
And ultimately, the GM has to, do it.
Right. I'm a special kind of idiot that was born without a shame reflex or emotion, so I have no problem being like, "Hey, dipshit, knock it off! Like we're playing a game here, like something like that." That I do that all the time. Not just at like gaming tables, just like, while driving or out in public. And my wife regularly tells me that one time I'm going to get shot, stab, ass beat, something like that for it. But it hasn't happened yet. So
James said something. He was trying to say something.
Oh, sorry. I didn't even hear him.
That's okay.
Go forth.
And he's
James.
muted, so it doesn't matter.
Yes, you muted it with your...
Me?
He's muted.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
You silly bastard.
Well, my allergies are whipping my ass tonight, boy.
We could tell.
I haven't done it here because I don't have a nerd or a man cave here in my new house. But in Georgia, before I moved, I had a really good sized man cave, and I had like different like lamps set around the room. Which had like they might have one night they might have red light bulbs in them and all. It sets kind of sets the mood, and then have like white glow balls on the table or where the battle map is to kind of set the mood. I think that adds to the player immersion a lot when you have a room that's set up kind of cool looking.
Yeah, you could definitely do that. That's way more effort than I'm going to put into a game because I'm not crafty. So,
but I mean,
what about Kennedy is correct.
Yeah. What about sound effects or music?
I like sound effects and music in person.
Doesn't work so well around a table. The music.
I don't know. Yeah, it's harder online. It's harder online. I think
it's hard to get the levels right on Discord with like the music.
Yeah,
and I think you end up pulling people out.
Yeah. No, you show everybody where the volume adjustment is over in the audio section. It's real easy to where they can turn it off if they want.
James, I've got people in one of my games that can't figure out how to click on their weapon in Foundry, so they just type /roll D20 every time.
Yeah.
So Like,
yeah, not now you're gonna tell them how to turn the ambient music on and off
Yeah,
or whatever.
and-
yeah,
and
I mean,
anything
it's-
like-
But it is really easy to show people how to do it. So
I
Yeah.
agree. If you have players that have
Sure.
the technical aptitude to support that, yes. But
hell
you know
yeah,
what?
very
I
much.
can see that. Yeah, that's. I hope next time I'm in Florida, James, we come hang out. You run a game and it's just like Barry White playing nonstop. That would be hilarious while you're running Ruined Towers.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Shellback says about I hate electronic character sheets. I hate electronic character sheets
Yeah.
in person.
Yes, in
Yeah.
person, yes.
But I think
Yeah.
for online play, I think they help the engagement more
Yes.
than they hurt it, because if you're all on like one system, like you're making sure that everybody's fixed right there, and when somebody rolls the die for like an attack or whatever, everybody else can see it.
Yeah,
And they're
right.
not like bored out of their mind waiting for this person to physically roll their dice, look
Yeah.
on their character sheet, add two numbers together, and then report back, which might take seconds, but it's an eternity of silence online while there's six people waiting for one guy to say whether he hit the bad guy or not, and it takes
Well,
everybody out of the moment.
The digital, going back to the digital character sheets and all around a live table, I don't allow digital devices at my game.
No, me either.
Yeah.
Me either. No, you're
Yeah,
absolutely
live
right.
table, you
Around the
just-
table, forget it. No.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
No,
only
that's-
allow
I'm
it
talking
during
about
the
online
paranoia
only.
games.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, but I have a horror story because of digital.
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't dove into that yet.
Are we?
Uh,
You know
well, are
what,
we there?
James?
I don't
Let
wanna-
the
sorry,
man
get ahead.
talk.
well,
Let
no,
him,
other
he's
people
better
can talk.
dressed and more well spoken than you are.
I
so
need a
just let him
tie.
go,
I didn't
will
get
you?
If you'll shut up, he can talk.
Hey, does that
It's all
count? Did
good.
I get him going?
No,
Half.
I'm trying.
I mean
Half?
you're the
All right,
only
half.
one interrupting him.
He was just kind of defending himself against your badgering. Ed, please proceed.
That's all good.
Go ahead, Ed.
So, back when it was, I don't know how far into D&D Beyond we were, but everyone's playing 5e. My last group, that's what we did. Except that I would hand out. I'm making my own stuff. I'm making my own items. I'm making my own world. And so they're like, "Well, I can't put this in D&D Beyond. Could you put it in D&D Beyond?" I'm like, "I don't want to put it in D&D Beyond. I don't need to learn this right now. I've got other things going on. I'm running a game." But it became this whole thing. They relied 100% on being on the digital side to make their characters. They printed them, but if it didn't have a drop down, they threw a fit. And it's like, I just gave up. I'm like, if you guys can't just use printed sheets and write down things, I don't know what to do.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Shellback has an interesting point. Shouldn't take more than 1 second. People being bad at basic math is complete BS. It is 100% not complete BS, Shellback. I have played with some of the smoothest brain people on planet Earth. That if they have socks on, they can't count past 10, buddy. It's not BS. There are some dum-dums in this hobby.
I don't know if Jason's still in the chat. He'll back me up on this. We had a guy when we were playing Castle and Crusades, and I used to tell him, we'd go through his sheet and everything. Like this, here's your plus. This is a +9. You're adding 9 to the roll, right? He had his character sheet on top of a spiral bound notebook. And when it would get to his turn to attack, he would roll the die, look down on his character sheet, flip open the notebook, read down halfway down the page, flip the thing back to the character sheet, and then report what he rolled. Like
Okay.
he was like adding, I don't know why he was flipping the page open to like find like the thing. Like I don't know. He refused to put stuff in one place and had to add like 3 numbers every time he rolled the dice.
Well,
And it
you
was
guys
just
know-
like
Have a
annoying.
good night, Robert.
Thaco helps you rule out the stupid people.
I agree. I agree.
I mean, it does.
I agree.
If you
The
can't
same-
figure
Well,
out
I
simple
agree.
Thaco, you got a real problem with your.
I agree.
up here.
Descending
And-
AC is an excellent
you know, and-
gatekeeping mechanism.
And the thing, no, it is, but the thing is like even if it's not right, even if it's not, even if it takes longer to figure the math out, it's really shorter because you only have to figure out the math once. And
Yeah.
then the number that you get at the end of that equation is the number that you have to roll on the die. Not the number on the die plus this number has to be higher than this number, equal to or higher. but it's you have the number that you need to roll on the dice. So then there's no math involved. You do the math once and you know, oh, I need a 15 to hit that guy. And you roll the die and you instantly know whether you hit or not.
Yeah.
And it takes so much less time there.
Shellback is going to teach his kids hero system to make sure they're good at math.
Yeah.
Tora says when stress is high, people freeze. I say let the cowards die.
Let them die. Let the stupid ones die.
Jason, Grandpa, I'm now glad I subbed
Oh my
you.
God.
Thaco does weed out the stupid people.
It's a fact, though.
You're not wrong. If you're afraid of a
Thaco-
little bit of subtraction,
Really, it's basic math, addition and
Yeah, but it's subtraction. That's the problem. The subtraction's the hard
I
bit.
mean, come on.
Yeah.
We all did this in school.
well,
I'm
yeah.
just saying, subtraction's harder than addition.
Wait, when did they teach Thaco in school?
I started
No,
playing AD&D
addition
1E in
and-
second
and-
grade.
What school did you go to? Because that's how I
I
learned.
know. I
Hey,
want to go
Thaco
there.
101. That's a whole class now.
Yeah, probably is.
At the lunch table. Like that's how I
Nah,
learned it.
Thaco was. I never understood the argument about Thaco's stupid. Thaco's hard. Really, or are you just stupid?
It's
mean,
not.
I-
They just don't know. They've been told that,
Same
and
moment.
so it's just that's it.
But
Like, they don't
I
actually know
just-
what it is. You know.
I don't know. I when second edition rolled around and Thaco hit this, I was good with it. I actually kind of
Yeah.
liked it. So
Yeah.
I
We
missed
got-
that whole.
I
I
don't
missed that whole second edition time frame.
I
Really?
don't think
No.
bad of people that are
I-
stupid. You
I
can't help
skipped
it, you're
right
just
over it.
stupid.
I went from combat matrices in AD&D first edition to
Right.
ascending armor class.
Descending in third.
Skipped right
Yeah.
over.
Yep.
All of the.
Yeah.
Well-
but the Thaco, I mean, bottom line is when you create your character, you write your freaking
Thaco.
Thaco right along the bottom.
Yeah, all the
And-
way across.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't have to change
But-
it
and-
unless you go up a level. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like
Let me add to that. To me, Thaco is easier than the combat charts in first edition because you got to go, okay.
yeah, you have to cross reference. Yeah.
Yes, Thaco is the easiest system.
The only thing you need to know is what the armor class of what you're attacking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you just say, you see what you roll and you say, I hit AC 4. And then the DM will tell
Yeah.
you if you hit or not.
Easy.
That's how we did it.
Subtraction. Brian asked why subtracting harder than adding. It's because. Listen, it's because you're counting down instead of up. Counting up is the natural way that you're doing things.
Yeah.
And so counting down is harder. I know it's not that much harder. I'm not saying that it, like you need a degree to go
He's
backwards.
really
I'm not
trying to
saying that.
defend that.
It's
but-
just
yeah.
but-
it's just natural to count up. It's like saying the alphabet.
Oh, God.
Right?
See,
It's
the
like harder to say it
complication
backwards
is
than
that
forward. That's it.
Thaco, when it first came out, was not universal across all character classes. You know what I'm saying? So you had to see, well, Thaco was different for a magic user versus for a fighter, and so you
Yeah.
just had to look
But-
it up for each individual class to figure out where they fell on that line. But other than that, I mean, it's not that complicated. No, and
No.
you only have to write it once. And then you're good until your character goes up a level.
Can we go back to what Tora just said?
Yeah.
So the problem with DMs hiding IC that has nothing to do with that, because if you're playing a Thaco system, and I'm sure all these guys will back me up on this, you're not rolling and saying whether you hit or not. It's just like ascending. When you're doing with ascending AC, you say, okay, I hit armor. You're saying I rolled a 25. I hit armor class 25.
Yeah.
When you're rolling on Thaco, you say the same thing. You say I hit armor class 4. I hit armor class -2.
Right.
You say that. So knowing the AC has nothing, no bearing. on it.
I actually on the VTT when I was using that, and I always put the monster AC up there so that they could see it. That way they don't
Yeah,
have to
well-
ask me, did I hit? No, you rolled your die, you know whether you're hit or not.
Well, you're wrong about that, Rich. But
I know,
that's okay.
but I
We've
just
all
like
been-
streamlining it and
I
not
know.
having to talk about it.
No, I
And-
hear you. I hear you.
and
It
not
makes it a
getting
lot
into
easier.
game mechanics, I says just describe what your hit looked like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not did I hit? No, look at your number, look at what you needed to hit. That was your target number, and just forget about the numbers. Just describe. Don't tell me how much hit points you did. I saw it. Just describe what your hit looked like.
So Stephen Kennedy says, "Gentlemen prefer combat matrix." To which
Yes,
Jimmy-san says, "Do you like the weapon versus AC too?"
Who wouldn't? What do you mean?
No,
Does anybody not like that?
Nobody plays that shit, Roger. You know it.
You play. It's in Hyperborea. What? You don't use it?
Weapon versus AC? No. I also don't use it in AD&D 1.
You heathen.
Yeah.
You heathen.
No, don't use weapon versus AC.
He's already playing a subversion of Hyperborea. It's being changed as
oh
we
my
like.
God.
So meta comment. It is impossible to play any TTRPG fully raw because there's always something that comes up that's not in the rules. And you're not going to remember every rule all the time.
I don't want to bring up those people who we shall not be named out loud, but they would disagree.
I've changed every game I've ever played. I'm sure everyone here probably has some sub rules and stuff.
Yes,
so,
I always try and run raw first. Well, at least as raw as possible, right? I mean,
it's actually written in the rules to make changes if you need to.
Right.
That's wrong.
Yes. No, I agree. I just think before you go changing, rules, it's good to play it the way it was
there's certain rules that you're not supposed to change because it alters the game, to such an extent that you're no longer playing the same game.
But I mean, absolutely. Play how you want to play and whatever makes the most fun at your table. Absolutely.
But the problem is that Gary never actually identified those rules that were supposed to be sacrosanct.
Sure.
Thank you, Greg.
Kind of alluded to them like alignment or
Thank you, Greg.
Yeah.
Alignment was one of those, and the differences between the different races and having, different attribute bonuses or abilities or traits for the different races was not leveling, race-based leveling and everything was also another thing that he felt was unchangeable. Otherwise, you're no longer playing D&D. But
that's
all the other stuff.
That's a setting thing, really. I mean that, but that really
agree,
at that time it wasn't a, a
setting.
No,
it was a class balancing. It was
class balancing.
It was meant to balance out. Otherwise, nobody would ever play a human.
Bro SR on high alert at Omanel's comment.
Right.
Yeah.
I think when I played AD&D first edition, I might have had one, maybe two house rules max. But when I play OSE, I've got 8 or 10 house rules, and most of them are first edition. So it makes me wonder why didn't I just play the first edition?
Yeah, right.
So
I keep asking that of Stan, and he's not here to argue with me about it. But but he plays Castles and Crusades, and it's like every time I talk to him about his game, he's adding more Hyperborea into his game.
I'm like, prophecy foretold.
I'm like,
I added about
Stan,
four different systems into my Castles and Crusades.
Yeah. No, I hear it.
Man, there's a one cardboard sign rule per stream.
But
this is my stream. I can do whatever I want.
Oh shit!
That's right. Do you want me to flip it over and show what's on the other side?
It's the whole ship of thesis.
No,
thing.
we don't need
what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, at some point, you're not playing Castles and Crusades anymore. Because you've replaced all the rules with Hyperborea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you bring in a whole bunch of rules or house rules from another system, why don't you? I mean, I ask myself the same thing. Why ain't I just playing first edition? Because I'm bringing in all the cool rules from first edition.
Yeah, which are all of them. So just play first edition.
Well, but maybe the core of this other set is really cool. I don't know why. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's your opinion. It's everyone just has something they really glom onto. But yeah, I came from first AD&D, but I learned later we mixed some Beckney in there too. Not much, but for the most part, you're right. We used the rules pretty much raw.
Yeah. No, that's
Matthew Blackwell loves Castles and Crusades. It's his fantasy game of choice. I enjoy Castles and Crusades. If I had to pick one generic fantasy, Swords and Wizardry Complete Revised.
Yeah, I mean that's a good one. CNC is fine until you get into high level play.
Well, I'm going to see. I'll be testing that out when I see it with this new campaign. But I've brought in Castles and Crusades does not have a good encumbrance system, so I pulled that in from Shadow Dark.
Oh,
I don't know.
You don't like the
You're-
EVER thing?
You're better
No.
off, I think, with doing Shadow Dark, definitely. But I didn't think the EV thing was terrible.
No, it's not terrible. It's just
Yeah.
not. It's not something I want to spend time. I think it's much
yeah.
more. I think it's much more player engaging
Dragonbane.
for them to have a
Yeah,
certain number of
Depends.
slots that they need
Depends
to
on what you want to do.
manage what they're carrying,
If-
and
if-
not
if
having
you're-
to calculate. Oh well, you have half a point left, kind of thing. No,
Yeah, right.
Just dealing
right.
with
No,
stuff.
I get it. There's still enough math where it's like, well, this isn't
Yeah.
simplifying anything. Yeah.
I pulled out of. I took the reaction tables from OSC because the reaction tables in CNC are just overcomplicated.
Yeah.
So
I use those too.
pulled from
Oh, yeah,
various different things. I created some of my own mechanics. So I tied reactions and
Right,
reputation together.
I agree,
I
Matthew.
created a whole surprise system that I think it's much more nuanced and has some choice
Sure.
in it
Yeah.
and everything. So even though I say Castles and Crusades is about 80% of the core, then there's probably about 10% that are from other systems and 10% homebrew.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Sure.
that happens.
It's all to
Yeah.
create the perfect system for my table.
Yes.
Because no game system is perfect. We alter everything.
Well,
Oh,
Dan's gonna pull out a sign again.
I can think of one that's pretty perfect.
It's not pretty perfect. There are certain parts of it that still could do
Yeah, I mean, you don't run it raw, so it's obviously
no,
not
yeah,
perfect.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. You just said you don't use armor versus weapon charts.
No, it doesn't count. It's optional.
It's in the
it
book.
doesn't count. It's not.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I do it all. I don't tell the person. You have to worry about it. Yeah. I mean, you can. There's something to be said about not running with any rules. If you got players that can handle that, then I think it's a great way of doing it. But
Yeah.
But you should be very familiar with the core rules before you make big changes like that. You don't want
absolutely, yes.
You don't want to break the
Um,
system.
man, Dragonbane or Castles and Crusades. Somebody was asking about that.
Depends on what you're running.
Yeah, it really depends on what you want to do. And where you're coming from and what your players are going to want to do. And
I would probably take CNC over Dragonbane.
Yeah, I mean, if you want like Vancian casting and a typical fantasy game, like
CNC has
run
maps too, so you
CNC.
don't have to do Vancian with CNC.
No, you can't. Right,
Yeah.
right. But Dragonbane, if you want
Yeah.
a roll to cast system and you're limited, you got to spend willpower points for it. I mean, that's sort of like the spell point thing. I mean, but you're rolling under. I mean, some people don't like that. There's no levels. You're just improving things, a little bit at a time. So, I mean, it's a different kind of system. So it depends on what you really want to do.
I have my spellcasters roll a d20, and if they roll a 1, it's a fumble. They fumbled their spell. If they roll a 20, they had a critical success with it, and then they get to choose what the critical success is. They can alter, its range, it's whatever. Or they can retain their spell, because it is a Vancian system, but they can retain their spell. If they did a critical success, they get to keep the spell, for use for that, for that day. And but otherwise they don't have them rolling to cast, because I found that issue with my players was that they were like almost too reluctant to cast spells at any time, because oh, God forbid I lose my spell, for the rest of the session, and I don't want to have to try to pack up and go home.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why wizards carry a stick.
Yeah.
They can
Or
poke at
sling.
things.
Or darts,
Or a
I like
sling.
Dragon
or
Slayer.
Yeah.
Darts.
something along those lines. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Taurus says Dragonbane.
Yeah.
CNC too crunchy in the wrong ways for him.
Yeah. I mean, I get that. Yeah, Crag Dragon Slayer. I mean, that's that's a decent. It's a decent system. It's built on tried and true. BX, and it's got some 1E stuff, and I mean, it's it's pretty good.
Falls
Man.
into my. Do we need more BX clones?
Paul, oh, did I mention a BX clone?
I posted on RP Grandpa's thing the my 4. That is all that I would need for fantasy, and that's Hyperborea, Castles and Crusades, Shadow Dark, and OSC. And if I really wanted to dip into OSR, as into OSR Revival, then AD&D First Edition. I do not need any other fantasy role-playing systems with those 4 or 5 in my selection.
Mhm.
Now I did back Deathbringer.
Yeah.
But
agreed.
that will finish off. I don't see myself getting anything beyond that.
Well, I was going to stop until the what is it? The Shadow Sun is coming out, or no? What are
Shadow
they
Sun
doing?
Revive.
Shadow
Yeah,
Sun
but I consider
Revive.
that really
Yeah.
Shadow Dark anyway. So
Yeah, that I'm definitely
Well,
getting.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, oh,
But the original
Yeah.
Shadow Sun was pretty great, and the revised, I'm on Chubby's Patreon. It looks awesome. It's
good
very,
stuff.
very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. I ran that module there, that dungeon crawl there that he's got, Shadow of the Colossi.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Shadow Rim was really good too.
It's a good time.
Shadow Rim was a great adaptation of
Shadow Rim looks really good.
of
Yeah.
Skyrim,
Yeah. No, Chubby's done a fantastic job. So I've never wanted to run a vampire game. But with Shadow City, I'm really thinking about it.
Yeah. Swords
what do
and
you mean by
Wizardry Complete
vampire
Revised.
game?
Shadow City. It's like Vampire the
Like
Masquerade.
VPM,
Oh,
like
oh,
VTM.
got it.
Yeah, he's got like a
Yeah,
VTM,
but
like game.
it's not stupid sparkle vampire LARPer VTM.
Yeah.
Where they sit around and
Yeah.
fluff each other the entire night.
Original vampire did not have sparkling.
No,
It's-
well, yeah.
Like badass 80s movie vampires that
Got it.
like
Okay.
playing like Blade or something. It's awesome, which wasn't an 80s movie. It was
I
90s.
had a really bad experience with VTM at one point. So I went to play it. Some friends were playing it. They said, "Yeah, we're gonna play VTM." I bought the book, and we went over to the college where we were playing. And I walked in, and everybody's in trench coats and costume, and
God.
they're basically, it was just a giant LARP. They're just all like role playing their characters and stuff. And it's like, if they needed to use dice or whatever, they would, but usually it was just paper, rock, scissors stuff. And I was just like, what is this? What is this? This isn't like, I'm like, I brought my book, and they're like, yeah, we usually don't use that. Like, they're just making deals and it's just everybody's dressed up in character. And I'm like, no, this isn't.
I mean,
This isn't my thing.
I think I've told you this story. I've only ever been to one LARP in my entire life. I was in like 9th grade. I got convinced to go. It was for vampire.
Yeah.
I was told there'd be big titty goth girls there, and they left out the part where the big titty goth girls were all 400 pounds. So,
well, I mean, he didn't lie.
I mean, technically, it was not a lie. It's true.
Yeah, Shadow Rim and Jason, he ran some Shadow Rim at CNY. I believe he's going to run some Shadow Rim next year. I'm not sure. I know he's planning on running some other stuff, but maybe some Shadow Rim as well. We'll see.
That'd be fun.
So, yeah, good times. So, but Chubby's game there, I definitely want to try running that at some point.
Is Chubby going to CNY?
Trying really hard. Don't know for sure. I think so. I think we've convinced them, but we got to see how well Shadow Sun Revised does.
It is hard to convince the weak-willed to go to the CNY right after North Texas. I did it. They can do it too.
Once people go, they realize like this is the
awesome
promised land.
Yeah.
And they
It
just
really
have
is.
to keep returning,
It's
It's
fantastic. Everybody should go.
Buzzsaw, Neon Lords Brian Shutter will be at CNY next year.
Yeah.
He will be there. and he's only like an hour or so from me. So if you need something from him or like a book or whatever, I can make arrangements to grab it and I can get it out to you through your father. We can get it. So
Nice. Roger got his own little RPG book cartel.
So yeah, I mean, whatever I got to do, you know what I mean? So whatever works. But yeah, and he'll definitely be at CNY next year, and so will Rich. Rich is coming back. Spoilers.
I will be there. Yes, absolutely.
I will also be there. Not that anyone cares, but
you know,
as senior staff, I feel like it's my duty to show up again.
Senior staff, yeah.
Nope, the only convention I'm missing next year is I will miss Shire Cup in 2027 because of a Canadian wedding.
Yeah, but you should probably go to ShireCon instead.
I just can't avoid it, unfortunately.
Is it like your daughter's wedding or something?
No, it's my wife's cousin's wedding. So,
bro,
I can't get around it.
It started
cannot
with
get
wife.
around it.
His wife's cousins, sisters, uncles, brothers on his second side.
Cannot get around it. So,
when was the last time they saw you? I mean, maybe you could send a proxy.
Oh,
that's
probably,
true.
Send a proxy.
Probably about 3 years ago.
Videotape the whole thing for
about
me.
3 years ago.
Later.
Get an AI holograph.
Yeah.
You get someone to wear your face for
your face and just
2 or 3 years ago they came to one of the cousins' weddings here. So, kind of required.
If the wedding's an open bar, I'll go and pretend to be you.
Yeah, Canadian weddings are not great. No. Not great food.
Oh man.
Oh, they tried, don't you know? They make some of the best cheese. Oh, that's Wisconsin. Never mind.
Yeah, that's Wisconsin. Wisconsin. I mean, I guess poutine is the only thing that they're
as much as I can't stand my brothers from up north because of the stupid Green Bay Packers. They do make good cheese, and they don't do the don't you know thing. That's Minnesotans.
Yeah. No, I got some of my aunts. They don't like that.
I don't want to go on a anti-Canadian rant, otherwise Bear's
in here and Bear's going to start yelling. Yeah,
well, Bear doesn't have the stream link, so he can't come in and bitch. So
no, I mean he'll start yelling in the chat.
Whatever, it's fine.
Okay, I got one more I want to ask you guys.
Sure.
How about, do you guys ever tell your players any stories to engage them that their PCs never get to engage with, but it's kind of like background setup or parts of scenes for the players to be engaged with?
Yes.
Sometimes.
Wait,
if I know what you're talking about,
like setting the table, like with something that maybe happened off screen, or
in between sessions too, it can happen. Like, so and so goes to the shady art dealer and talks to so and so, and like the PCs never find this out, but the players get to hear about it.
Oh yeah, I like screwing with my players by giving them meta knowledge that their characters don't know.
Yeah.
No, I will have my players like engaged in between sessions, and I'll ask them during the time, what's someone your character is going to talk to over these next couple days, right? I don't do the full week in between, but over these next 2 days, what's something, and then I will feed them information based on that interaction. All right, and then whether they decide to share that with the rest of the party is for when we come together in the session, and then they can share it at that time, or they can keep it to themselves.
So you feed it out of session. You don't feed it during the session.
No, I don't feed it during the session, out of session.
Okay.
Particularly I do that with like, if there's a thief or, rogue or whatever in the thing, and they oftentimes have, ulterior motives that are given to them by their guild. Hey, while you're on this, look for this particular thing in this place that you're going there, and don't tell anybody else about it. So that's something that I do almost exclusively with those kind of classes, because that's just a function of their guild, and everybody kind of knows it, and whatnot anyway. So they know that, each of their separate guilds are going to give them different tasks to do on the same adventure.
Yeah.
So you actually made me think of something, Ed, because one thing I do on my Tuesday game is on
You
the
said
Discord.
doo-doo.
Oh, he said, dude, I was thinking
I
the same
do,
thing.
in fact. Poo joke. Poo jokes don't shake me. I have a toddler that we're trying to potty train. I'm immune.
I'm out of that one. Go on.
Yeah, but you're approaching the age where you're gonna need diapers. So, all of you are, you old fucks. Love you all. But one thing I will perform for my Tuesday game is on Discord. There's like an in-character chat channel where like I'll have, you made me think of it, I'll have like the NPCs like send them sending messages and stuff between sessions and like give them things that sort of like information.
Are you using
and that
Tupper
kind of
Box
stuff.
for that, or are you doing something else?
No, I just have Discord and then I have a channel that says like in-game chat. But what do you mean by
Oh, no.
That's a good idea.
Tupper Box. I use it for paranoia. When
What's
I'm sending messages, they'll know that's coming from the computer or one of their agents or one of their undercover people. I've created all these shortcuts. Look up Tupper Box
for
for Discord.
You might have just blown my world.
Oh my God! You can create and edit tuppers.
Yep.
A tupper is a fake Discord profile you can send messages through.
Oh my God! I'm gonna make one and try to sell
okay.
them art.
But there's one problem with it. If you screw up the Tupper and you mistype, you have to redo the whole thing. You can't go in and edit it. That's the only problem I have with it.
I'll look at it. That's interesting.
But yeah, I was doing that.
Okay.
I'm never going to mention his name, RP Grandpa.
Yeah, don't say it.
Not going to mention his name.
When Roger said that, everything I know about Canada I learned from. I said I can't resist. I got to do it.
It's like saying Beetlejuice. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Not highlighting that
I
one.
did not highlight it. I just left it in chat.
Yeah. Oh. Bravo. It's
Wait,
been
let me check my list.
You got your everybody give your lists or any other thoughts.
Oh yeah, let me look at my
Nah.
list. Yeah, let me look at the list.
Okay, so Ed
The
is
rest
both
is
the
garbage.
best prepared and the best dressed. So
this is just a one-time thing.
List.
You don't want to come back?
Oh, I totally want to come back, but
Not
I'll
after
just come
this.
back
Are
in
you
a-
kidding me?
Just come back next time. Just like bring down the average. Come back with no shirt on.
Yeah, go too far the other way.
No one, even me, wants to see this.
He can
Trust me.
probably
too-
pull it
too
off. He
far
looks
in the
like
other
he's in better
direction.
shape
You know what
than
we
us.
should do, Roger? That Conan shirt that you had. We should do an episode
Oh
where we
my
all wear that
God.
shirt.
Okay.
He was running around CNYCon on Conan Day in a shirt that was like Conan's muscles printed on it.
The abs,
Yeah.
under my vest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could name that episode Battle of the Bulge.
Are you all going to talk like Arnold Schwarzenegger, though?
That was awesome.
Absolutely.
That was a good time.
All right.
It was a
We've
good
just
time.
killed James. So,
We just killed him.
any other closing comments from anyone? Rich? James?
Closing.
Uh,
What are we ending already?
We got 2 minutes left.
Yeah, it's
I
I,
wanna-
fine.
I didn't get to tell my story, my Hearthstone story.
Well, then tell your story.
Well,
You've got 3 minutes, according to me.
Well,
Go.
no, you
we
can do whatever you
switched
want.
to we right when COVID came along, I was running Fantasy Flight Star Wars, and we switched to online play because I had one player that complained and wouldn't have it, and everybody whatever. Anyways, we switched to online play, and it was one of those things we were using Discord, and I had the dice roller and stuff on Discord, which made it really easy. But the big problem with Discord is Discord tells you what your friends are doing online. And we would sit there and I started playing the game. And then all of a sudden it would pop up and say, Steve is playing Hearthstone. And I'm like, Steve's in my game right now. You know what I mean? Or and it's like, oh, so-and-so is playing whatever, or Pokemon or what. And I'm like, guys, are you kidding me? I can see it's telling me that you're playing. Come on. What is this? Oh, it made me so mad. So that was one of the reasons it turned me off a lot, playing online. And part of me is paranoid now that people aren't paying attention or doing stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I gotcha.
And that's maybe that's one of the reasons I want to use, cameras, keep cameras on.
I think it's important.
Yeah.
Still every time I see Dan look off screen, I think he's playing Minesweeper or something and not listening to what I'm saying right now. Like, or
Is
what? Not you. I'm just saying an example.
no,
you know
I
what
got
mean?
you.
But
But
like,
is Minesweeper even still on the computers? Hang
but
on, I'm
it's
gonna lower
I
my
don't even-
engagement.
I don't even know. Now he's looking. See,
I have
oh
it on
my
my
God.
Pentium 4 computer. Right?
Like
It's an app in the App Store. Apparently, I
You
didn't
know,
know that.
No. So that was like one of the stories that I wanted to tell. That was it.
Yeah.
That was really all I
Okay,
wanted to talk about.
that's fair.
You know,
No,
So-
cameras on. I think is good. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of tactile things to keep people engaged at an actual table. Ban phones and electronic devices for sure.
yeah.
Um,
One
thing I
banning
did-
phones. I tried that and I don't know. It just didn't. Didn't go over well. You know.
Yeah, that people are
Because
addicted,
people are
man.
like, what if I get a phone call or what if I get a message?
There's a difference
my
between
mother's
worse.
dying, or
Actively
like,
looking at your phone and having your phone next to you with it, with the volume turned off, but it'll buzz in case you get an emergency call.
I get it, Rich, but people are that addicted where like they'll, it's any excuse. You know what I mean? They got to get their fix.
Yeah.
Just use these. I'm telling you.
All right.
Yeah.
Those look
What are
like
those, jelly
chewable
beans?
candies. Like that guy that
Oh
broke his
God,
teeth.
no.
Were those jelly beans or dice? What are those?
No, those
you
are
need to-
Zoom counters.
You need
It's
the
little
spray
it's actually
bottle
little
like you spray
diamonds.
cats with, right? So every
Oh
time
my
you see
God,
your player
yes.
is not paying attention, you squirt them with a couple squirts of water.
Yes. Yeah.
That's great.
Hey, Jimmy's son. It's gonna turn his
Yeah.
turn his game room into a skiff. Love it. For those that don't know, skiff is secure compartmentalized information facility.
Yeah.
The
No,
government thing, no phones, no outside electronics, no nothing.
I thought about painting the walls in here in heavy lead paint to make it a Faraday cage.
That's what I was just gonna say. Faraday cage.
Yeah,
Nice.
That's
you can
I really
you can buy
considered it.
Faraday cage netting. You don't need to paint the walls
Well,
with lead.
Yeah, but that's much more fun.
Well,
Dan, where's
yeah,
your sense
but
of
based on
adventure?
some of your stories, I'm concerned that some of your players might try to lick the lead paint, dude.
That's
There
okay.
we go.
That's okay.
Gentlemen, I unfortunately have a hard out. I've got to get to my second job. So
What?
this was
I'm
great.
gonna
Jesus.
call it
Yeah.
a night too. So,
Yeah, we're wrapping up. So thank you, Ed, for coming. It was awesome having
Wow.
you.
Catch the last of
Yes.
this at
Well,
work.
All right.
Thanks
Tomorrow
for
night.
crashing us.
Or
Thanks for
tomorrow
crashing the
evening.
show, Ed.
I really
Yep.
appreciate it, guys. This is an honor.
It was a good
truly.
time.
We'll talk, Ed. I'd love to chat. Look me up on
You have a good
Discord,
one.
Judge Roger.
Okay,
Dan will
I
hook us
will.
up.
Well, I'll hook you two up.
Yeah.
So
5
All
p.m.
right, now
Eastern
that-
time
How
tomorrow.
do I get out?
Grumpy Grognard show.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, I'll
Dan.
catch that too.
You can't. Once you're in, you're in. You're locked in.
I don't
So-
know. I can find a way out.
just
Bye,
close
guys.
the
Later,
tab.
everybody.
Bye, bud.
Have a good night.
Everybody.
So
Bye.
I'll
Yeah.
have to fix that layout for 5, so there's less gray space.
Yes.
So I'll have to,
Yeah.
I figured it
You
would like
definitely should.
resize better, but that'll be my homework for after this. So
Yeah.
But well, as we get close to wrapping up, James, you already spoiled it. We're bringing back our Grumpy Grognards thing tomorrow.
Yep, blood
so
in, blood out.
that should be fun.
Yep. I got some topics in our channel, so go read them.
Sure you do. I'm sure you
Oh,
do.
good.
Roger, what do you got coming up?
Can't wait. On everything. I got to get the page set up for CNY. People keep talking about that. December 12th, we're doing the game day.
Yeah.
Next week, I got my stream on Tuesday. We're doing something top 5 indie games.
Yeah.
And then the following week, spoilers, I talked to Grim Jim, and I got him coming on to talk about his Kickstarter.
Sunday, I have
That's gonna
Emperor's
be-
Choice coming on my
gonna be
channel
interesting.
at 7 p.m.
Nice.
Eastern time.
Nice.
So
Ardo
both
in
Dave and
August,
George
baby.
will be on there. I think I'm the last of the cycle,
Fantastic.
right? So
It's fantastic. Cool. I'll be gaming. We're starting we're switching from Shadow Dark to Forbidden Lands. We're gonna try that for a little bit, see how it goes. Yeah, a lot of stuff coming up. And then the following Saturday, it looks like I'm gonna run Inspectors.
Sweet.
I don't know if I'm gonna record it. I'm thinking I'm not gonna record it. And maybe if it goes well, maybe we'll do the next one. We'll do another one live. You know, we'll see what happens. But yeah.
So,
Fun times.
Rich, you got Arduin? Anything else?
Artemis, tomorrow I'm not sure if my OSC game is going to happen or not. I mean, we've had so many breaks into it and everything, and
Yeah.
by
it's
being
hard.
out for 3 weeks, I have a feeling it might have collapsed. And if it did, then fine. I'm going to just focus on my Tuesday night game.
Was that the All Dwarfs game
Yeah.
that you run on Saturdays?
Yeah, that was the Old Dwarfs game.
Oh.
I mean, I might get, if I get 4 players on, we're going to play it out. But I think we're going to bring that one to an end too. And I'll
Okay.
wait until the new books for OSC come out sometime in 2027 and look to pick it up from there.
Yeah, that's what James and I are waiting for, those PDFs to
Yeah.
come out.
So
we
I
can
just might hold
tear them
off
apart.
and wait. I might use my second game slot per week to just do one shots of different game systems and everything, just to give everyone a taste of something different.
Rich Buzzsaw would like a link to your Discord, sir.
Yeah,
I thought you were in already. But yes, I will put that in here.
We'll get that to you, Buzzsaw. So
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I thought you were there. But
I thought so too, but maybe
yeah,
not.
I friended you on there and everything. I will send it to you. Not a problem.
Yeah.
Unless you lost it. Do you want it here? I could post it here. Let me get to my thing.
Yeah, mine's easy. You just click
Invite
under any of my
server.
videos or whatever. I've got it
Copy.
anywhere.
So hey, anybody is welcome to do this. There is my Discord server. So you might want to highlight that, Dan.
Yeah, there you go.
And so there you go.
Boom.
thank
You
you.
can jump right into
There you
there.
go.
It's
Do it. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I've got
Get on
I've
it.
got video number 3 coming out this weekend. There's a Hyperborea character creator that just released that I did a video on, so that should be coming
Cool.
out Sunday. Monday is the Hyperborea game that I run on Erudite DM's channel. Monday is also my birthday, so if you guys want to be awesome and tell everybody
TPK for your birthday?
no, I got a better idea. How about 150 subs so I have more than Jeff for my birthday? Thoughts?
Yep.
Can we make it
Oh
happen?
yeah, I love that. Jeez,
That'd be
I'd
great.
love to make that happen.
That'd be amazing. So spread
Love
the
to make
word
that
far
happen,
and
yeah.
wide. No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding, sort of. But then aside from that, it's this and Hyperborea on Monday. Run a couple of games during the week. I'm running on Wednesdays. I'm running Late Trapper's Lament for some guys.
that's a great adventure.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's a great
yeah.
adventure to introduce players to Hyperborea.
Yeah, it really is. And they went through the main thing and returned the pelts, but now like we're getting into. They decided.
Yeah,
not
you could
to
use
go on
that
the ship.
whole thing as a hub.
Yeah, we're using I'm turning it into like an island sandbox. And Ragnar basically said, I'll give you a whole bunch of gold if you can root out all the zombieism on my island. So I did some pre-planning of where the zombieism is going to be, and I also did some mathematical exponential expansions of how far and how fast the zombieism is going to spread. So I don't know if Wibbs is still watching, but good luck, buddy.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out. It was a
Thank
ton
you,
of fun.
everybody.
Good
I
to
know,
see everybody
Steven
again,
Kennedy.
and I'll see you next Friday.
I need 140 more to beat Jeff.
All right.
But yeah, so RP Grandpa Tabletop, DM Bloodworth, GM Rogers Neighborhood, and then me. Go watch me because I'm cool. So
Yeah.
thanks everybody. Have a great night.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good
Bye.
one.
Out.